All right, welcome to this live stream. Today, I'm simply going to continue writing my daily article as I've committed to that on the 1st of April. So we are on day 19. And today, to spice things up a bit, we are going to do a little bit of idea slash article topic research. So a few days back, I polled my Telegram community and asked them, okay, like what is kind of the thing that takes you the most time? And 55% of the members mentioned, or of the voters mentioned, that it's article research or topic research, brainstorming ideas. So, since there were a few empty spots right here, as you can see, we still have a few, almost a week or so of ideas, and I actually don't know like what the ideas, what ideas we have. So this is not a bad one. Um, yeah, not sure about that one. I'm just not inspired when I see these kind of titles. So I think that, um, you know, um, we're going to remove that. And yeah, we're going to brainstorm a few ideas so that, you know, just to make things easier. So truth is when you are just when you're writing articles like that, let's say for Medium, for your blog, for Substack, the first people's like we spend, you know, 95% of our time actually writing the piece. When in fact, like if the title, if the angle sucks, nobody's going to read it. So spending some time on actually making sure that you're writing about something people actually want to read, should be where you put, a lot of efforts, because, sometimes it's just the title that is different. And I think I could actually share something with you from my YouTube channel, is that here we have, that's basically an A/B test that I run for one of my videos, and it's the exact same video, and the only thing that changes basically the title. So here you have kind of the title variations, and you see based on the title, like, you know, here you have a click-through rate of 7%. This one got 9%. This one got 8. This one got 1053. So which means that 30% more views, roughly, by simply changing the title. And this might sound a little bit, let's say, strange or unfair, but hey, that's just how it is. If people don't click on your on your article, then what you've written is just useless. It's not useless unless you know how to repurpose, but that's something that we um, that you already tackled in other live streams, right? So you can always, and you should always, repurpose the outline, because sometimes if your article didn't get any traction, it's because the angle was just garbage, and let's just fix it. So enough talking. Before getting started, if you actually want to get your hands on the profitable blogging system, blogging that I'm assisting, the blogging system that I'm using personally, there is a free course. It's the first link in the description. Feel free to grab it anytime during the live stream. So I'm simply going to do the lazy part. I'm simply going to do this in a very lazy way. It's like, let's just browse Medium. Let's just browse Medium, and if you don't have a Medium account, sign up. It's free. You don't need a paid account. Simply sign up, follow the topic that you're interested in, and that's it. Train the algorithm a bit on the things that you want to see, and that's it. So I'm simply going to look at articles that have some kind of traction. So first of all, it's not because an article gets a lot of claps, likes, comments, whatever, that it's an article that brings in clients. So let me just show you. If nobody cares, this is an article that I've written that went viral. Okay, back in 2022. And it didn't bring, that many clients. Like, I don't have the exact numbers, but, and I have articles that didn't perform well in terms of claps and likes, but who brought in clients? So the thing is that we don't know, and most people actually don't know because they don't know how to track things. We don't know what is going to perform well in the back end. So we just have to look for, okay, like what is kind of getting traction with popular medics that we can see. So I have no clue what this article generated for Victoria, right? I have no clue like what this article generated for Derek in the back end. I have no clue what this article generated for Jacob in the back end, right? I don't know. I don't have access to that data. All the data that I have access to is like, I know that these articles performed pretty well for their authors in terms of visibility. 1.6K claps, 65 comments, 5.3K claps, and so on and so forth. I don't care about what's in the article. I really don't care. What I care about is like, this is a winning concept. So 8.8K for my small website in 2024, what worked for me. So this is kind of the reverse engineering kind of thing. I don't like to count. I think Ben Settle called it like counting pennies in public. But sometimes, it's kind of an interesting concept. Like it might be worth it. I'm not sure I want to go down that route, so I'm going to skip this. But like you can then also apply this to different vertical. It's like losing specific amount of pounds in 2024. What worked for me, right? Something as like achievement. People want something from this last year. Here's what worked. I'm not sure about like this one got published in January, so perhaps it also performed well because it was like, hey, here's what worked last year. Here's what is going to work next year. But it could be something like, hey, I made this in March. Here's what's going to work in April. Something like that, right? Remove these 5 words that are killing your writing. These are the typical kind of writing articles, writing advice kind of thing. I'm just sick and tired of this. I don't want to go down that route, but here's a concept that I like it. And honestly, all I did is I simply opened my newsfeed. So I self-published 6 books on Amazon KDP. This is my best advice. I like this. So I'm going to take this, and how we could actually spin this is like something like I self-published, or I've written 2005. I'm just making this number up because I think that I've written actually more than that, but newsletters, email newsletters. This is my best advice. It could be I've launched 87 online courses. I've lost 23 pounds and kept them off. This is my best advice. Simple, right? I think we're going to run with this. Or if I've written a daily newsletter for the past 4 years, this is my best advice, right? Or I'm running $500 a day newsletter. right? This is my best, something like that, right? So, okay, we already know, like, okay, this is kind of a winning concept. All I did is like, okay, let's just continue. Like, how I market and sell short ebooks. I've been doing this for 10 plus years. Okay, I could take this, like, how I create and sell. Like, I already have such an article. It's let me just open a second one right here. It's like how I launch, how I create and launch online courses. Can I find it right here? Or how I launch profitable courses, something like this. Yeah, how I launch profitable online courses in only 5 days. Like, perform terribly. um, but how I do this and this, and I've been doing this for that amount of time. The perfect ChatGPT prompt. Okay, like, yeah, doesn't speak to me. Okay, here is interesting. Why? I think we could actually tweak this. Like, why Substack posts matter more than why Substack comments matters more. Yeah, this I think is a good concept. Um, it could be like, why Substack comments matter more than, right, and how to leverage them. Or why commenting on Substack? Why commenting on Substack matters more than writing newsletters. This is an interesting thing. And then what we can do right here is we can simply reuse the ideas we used for the auto Substack articles. So it's kind of recycling the same ideas. Yeah. What works on LinkedIn in 2025? What works on Substack in 2025? Simple idea also. I was at 6 months writing aimlessly on simple. Yeah. I like that concept. One decision grew my audience 10 times and got me nine. Like, I think it's an interesting concept, but I'm not sure if it's kind of. This is kind of an old viral article. How to get people to follow you. 3 ways to grow your audience. This is not bad. But it appeals to followers. How to get people to buy from you. 3 ways to grow a profitable audience. I think that's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Right? So, how to get your subscribers to buy from you. 3 ways to profit from your audience. And I've been doing this for 10 plus years. that's a classical kind of how I've done this or how I got this result, and then without publishing more content, without doing this. Let's say how new creators um, with no audience can realistically learn from writing in 3 months. This is not bad. How new creators without an audience can realistically make 5K in 3 months. Let's say 3K. Okay, like what's happening? Where's the where is the endless scroll? This doesn't work. Like just refresh that page. Okay. I know that yesterday I think I saw a viral article by Mark. Let me just take a look. Which one was it? Yeah, use AI to monetize, not write your content. Heck, I don't understand like what I'm going to get out of this piece, but it's still got a lot of. Perhaps it's just like my brain that is racked. Hmm. Hmm. How I went from 3 to 5 there. I think that's an interesting concept. So this could be something like subscribers a day. Writing simple articles, right? Something like that. Wait, owning your website is the smartest small. This was the article. What are mini books and why should you publish them? So this is kind of a very interesting concept. But I don't have, let's say, any like I think this should perhaps be that kind of my next challenge, like writing mini books. Like how I create and write a mini book in 24 hours. What's going on? Like blogging isn't that, it's just evolved. like the playbook to a profitable. Yeah, blogging has changed. Here is what works right now. Yeah, it's like blogging. Can still make you money, but here is what to do differently. Steal my 10K more. Steal my simple blogging playbook, something like that. Yeah, I think like this is already taken, but as you can see, like in roughly 20 minutes, we came up like, and it was me also, rambling and explaining and blah, blah, blah. So let's just see, we have something else. I wasted 6 months. Okay, we already saw that. This is a strong one, right? Regret writing long form content. it's an approval. Okay, so this is when it comes to kind of idea generation, when it comes to using Medium, and I think we're good we're good for now. So let's just continue on our let's just continue like what we used to do every day, which is like drafting and editing. So I'm going to draft a piece for tomorrow, which like I have two choices right here. Like I'm just kind of thinking like, am I excited actually writing about this or not? Waiting to be built. Yeah, I'm just not sure about that. Yeah, I'm not just sure about that, so I'm going to get rid of that idea. Don't like it. Okay, so yeah, analysis paralysis. Like, what should I write about? That's the thing that we actually wanted to avoid. How to stop sound like everyone else. Yeah, just not excited writing about this, honestly. Yeah, let's just go with this one. Let's just go with that one. Let's just move things around. So let me just change the date. So that okay, so why commenting on Substack matters more than writing newsletters? I like this. So first of all, we need to come up with let's just get rid of all that crap. First, we need the outline. So for that, we've written a few articles about that, which is like what to do when your Substack isn't growing. Yeah, these are basically the ideas. I just need to kind of break these down even more. So let's just break these down. So why is voice dictation not working? Okay, it's working now. Most people think that growing a Substack is simply about writing newsletters, and this is what I thought when I first created my Substack account back in December 2022. As a result, I didn't grow. Okay, so there is no long form article recommendation engine like on Medium. What I like about Medium is the fact that you simply log in and have a newsfeed of long form articles. That's not the case on Substack, and if it is, it's hidden. So I can't really discover new writers by simply opening my newsfeed, which I think is a shame. So every long form writer needs to become a short form writer, and I hate this. That's one thing. So then basically recommendations. Just want to make sure I'm using kind of the right numbers. So, this kind of research part is the kind of specificity. It's like, it's something that you just need to. Okay, got 1762. So I've got 5545. Given the fact that I imported, I think 1200. Mine. Yeah. Okay. So this is like 4345. So 4345. Yeah. I'm just so bad at math. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Okay. I want to calculate percentage. I got email subs. Like, how much is 147 blah blah blah. So basically what I want to understand I think it's 40%. I just want to make sure. I just want to come up with something with garbage. It's just so embarrassing to show this live, but yeah, so I think it was right. It was like 40%. So honestly, a recommendation is someone who actually signs up based on. So when they're subscribing to someone else, they just get this pop up and hey, do you also want to subscribe to these authors? Like honestly, these are not the best leads simply because they did not spend, let's say, 3 to 5 minutes actually reading a long form piece. But hey, if out of these you can get just kind of a fraction of people who are going to buy from you, then you know it's still better than nothing. So the next question is, how do you actually get these recommendations? So there are going to be cool people on this platform who are going to recommend you, just like that. And but what I found is that commenting is like asking someone to recommend you, especially if they have kind of a bigger audience, is a stretch. Like you can just, like sure you could start recommending and then telling people or telling or waiting for Substack to actually notify that people and somehow hope that this person is going to recommend you in return. But I just like proactive strategies. So one of the proactive strategies is to actually start building a relationship. And I hate to say this, especially as an introvert, like I'm not a relationship building guy. At least not at scale. So I have few relationships, but the relationships that I have are deep relationships. And this then brings me to the next point. So the best way to build relationships is a concept called friendly familiarity. So now I'm simply going to open our note, which is like about friendly, right? So okay, so that's it. So when you're commenting on someone else's posts every day and even on its newsletters, like people are going to notice, right? They're going to see your name. They're going to see your face. So in my case, it's not a face, just its logo, but they're going to get used to your name. And then, starting a conversation is like 100 times easier. And since you've already interacted so many times with that specific person, recommendations are like easier. And not only recommendation. Yeah, so guest posting is also a great way to start building authority. It's like I've written several guest posts for I've written 2 guest posts for the Substack Write with AI, and it rewarded me well with with uh with email subscribers. And um like how this relationship was built wasn't with commenting, but me actually posting articles on Medium. Um I'm not sure I'm going to keep this because it actually doesn't add more to the piece. And again, instead of just, kind of cold pitching someone, hey, can I write a guest post for you? Everything is easier when you actually start having that relationship. I hate to say it, but if you actually want to succeed on Substack, it's really all about the community. And how do you actually leverage that community is by simply start commenting. So even if you don't have, if you're not holding your newsletter streak, you should at least hold your comment streak. Okay. Let's just take this to AI. I forgot to track my time. I have no clue. Like, I would need to actually watch a replay to see like how long I spent on the outline. But but there was a guy on Substack to actually mention, like, he commented on one of my articles. Oh, let's just add this too. So there was a guy who actually commented on one of my articles recently, and I even replied and gave some advice. And the interesting thing is that the next day he actually wrote a piece about it and actually mentioned me. So what I did is, I simply restacked his article, and this is because like that person interacted with me, and I'm also going to link back to that guy. So let's just don't be a piece of shit right here, and let's just also link back to that guy. It's easier to grow when people share your stuff. Sharing is free word of mouth, right? So get restacks. Let me just add this to the outline right here. Guess yeah. Okay, so this is good. Now let me just okay, please make sure to include all the ideas that I mentioned. You don't need to necessarily rewrite no. In each section. Okay. Let's just write it and let's just see what it spits out. Why did it actually put everything in the introduction? What's going on? It just expanded. I don't know why they just kind of expanded the introduction. So most creative as well. The best way to get started is to simply create what I call a hit list. Simply find people that you generally want to connect with. And don't get demotivated, because people on the internet are like in real life. Some are. That's just the reality of things. Some people are dishonest. Some people are just. That's just how it is. Okay, stop repeating the ideas. If you already mentioned the ideas in the previous section, don't repeat them in the next one. It's just boring. I mean, I just have the feeling, honestly, that what I just wrote in the outline is better. So, right, so okay, next. Yeah, I mean, when I see that I have such an outline with me actually dictating this, I just have the feeling like that polishing. Okay, polish this. Good. Yeah. Okay. We're good with that. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to edit the piece that we've written yesterday, which is this one. So editing. So that's the outline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the title. I had too many things on my plate. Add to this that I came back to Substack in July 2024. because I was banging out 6 videos a week. Building your online business requires more discipline than your 9 to 5. The problem is that most people's content schedule is broken. Okay, I'm fine with that. Just going to run this through Grammarly and we should be good to go. I think there's still going to be some mistakes. So copy. So there are a few things. First, I need to add dimensions. So let's just paste it right here. So yeah, okay, this is good. Um, There are some really weird images, honestly, but um, mm, I just don't want to do any kind of editing. I thought like, hey, okay, let's just add a Substack logo there. Too much work, too much bandwidth. I don't, so let's just take this one. I'll just take this. Make it a bit smaller. Okay, cool. So, subscribe. Okay, cool. We are done. Congrats. So hope that this session was helpful. So we brainstormed ideas. We wrote about it. We also edited the last piece. So it was a fairly complete session today. So yeah, hope this was helpful. Anytime, feel free to grab the profitable blogging system that will show you exactly how to grow your audience, attract a horde of hungry buyers, and actually turn this into a consistent income, because writing the articles is just like kind of the first step, right? you still need to monetize the backend, have the backend in place so that it actually all makes sense. So meanwhile, I wish you a great day or great evening, and yeah, we'll meet tomorrow to basically continue that